I would say to a church leader that's watching, Jesus sees you. Jesus knows your story. He's not asking you to be perfect or, proficient at everything. He knows who he called, and he loves you. And at the end of the day, our faithfulness to the calling that he's given you, that's all that really matters. One of my favorite passages in the scripture is 1 Corinthians 15. And Paul talks all about the resurrection of Jesus. And he says, if Jesus has not been raised from the dead, our preaching is in vain, our faith is in vain. And then he goes through this whole thing and says, but hang on, Jesus has been raised from the dead. And this is how we know. And one day we'll be raised up and death will be swallowed up. And after he finishes all of that, he says, okay, therefore, brothers and sisters, stand firm, be immovable, always abounding, be steadfast in your work in the Lord. Why? Knowing that your labor will not be in vain. There's that word in vain again, that phrase in vain again. And I think what Paul's trying to say is, if God raised Jesus from the dead, that means God gets the last word on your life. God gets the last word on your ministry. You won't know now or in the next few decades the impact or the fruitfulness of your work. So just keep your eyes on Jesus, stay steady, be steadfast, and then one day when we're all in the new creation, we'll get to rejoice together and say, look what the Lord did. Just when we thought it was over, look how he brought life from death.